No matter where we go, where 1, 2, and 3 go, we always together. Oh, we have the stars to guide us, and dancing beside us, to play as we go.
Amigos, no matter where he goes, the 1, 2, and 3 goes, we're always together. Hey, we have the stars to guide us, guitars here beside us, to play as we go.
No matter where we go, where 1, 2, and 3 goes, we always together. Hello and welcome. Today it's time to talk about the Three Caballeros. The Three Caballeros, they say we are birds of a feather. This is our sequel to Saludos Amigos, and it's interesting because it was first released in Mexico City in 1944. And then it was released a couple of months later, technically in 1945 in America. It was basically showing education about Mexico, and in a way these are very tourist savvy films where they're one to educating people, but at the same time it's like, look at how beautiful our countries are, come visit us type of atmosphere to it. Again, this is a package film that is just comprised of segments, which was very popular during the war. And again, this is during World War II, so it still has that section in there. But this is the next theatrical release that happened right after Saludos Amigos. So Saludos Amigos happened, and then it was right away Three Caballeros. So it was cool that it was like sequel back to back then. The storyline is basically that it's Donald's birthday, and he's basically learning about all his distant cousins, and they are sending him gifts about their homeland. So we have a small cartoon about Pablo the penguin, who is so cold living on the South Pole that he ends up traveling all the way to the Galapagos Islands. I cannot pronounce that, I'm sorry.
He made it. So, making a left turn, he followed the equator, headed for the Galapagos Islands.
So he can be warm. That's all it is. He wants to be warm, and he goes on this whole trickery of adventure to get there, and then once he gets there he misses home because he's never satisfied.
He should be the happiest penguin in the world. Only sometimes he gets to thinking.
Never satisfied. Well, that's human nature for you, even if you're a penguin.
You're absolutely right.
Later in the film, we are introduced again to Jose, and he takes him on an adventure throughout Brazil, and it's cool because you have that mix of the live action sequences with the animated sequences that they do fantastic. And this is where it starts to unravel storyline wise, and you're basically just treated to a bunch of avant-garde animation and experimental animation throughout the rest of the film. It's not bad. It's more of this Latin America Fantasia in a sense, where you're just basically having a party and enjoying the characters, but that's it. There's really no development, there's no plot, there's no storyline. It's very loosely based, and instead it's just like a fiesta. So that's all that matters. You're greeted to a fiesta, and it's fun to watch. And you get to see how they interact with each other as well as with the local citizens, and you get to learn a little bit about Brazil. And then later on you have Panchico, who is from Mexico, and he forms the Three Caballeros. The Three Caballeros.
Three gay caballeros, they say we are birds of a feather. We're happy amigos, no matter where he goes. The 1, 2, and 3 goes, we're always together.
When we get to Mexico, you also learn that Donald is extremely thirsty for these Latin ladies. A little bit too much. I don't know if he knew Daisy at that point or not, but Daisy, I would warn her that he wants some Latin flavor to his life. All in all, it's a very fun watch. This one is really cool to check out, especially if you do love the classics like I do and you want to know where they came from, because this is still a very known product, not a very known film. And I say that because of the fact of the ride in Mexico, the Grand Fiesta Tour, that they were able to bring back the Three Caballero characters. So the characters are really well known. The movie where they came from is not. And I think it's cool to take a look and to see what they started from and why they're here. It's really fun. It is a fun film to watch. And I know at the same time there's a rumor going around that Three Caballeros is going to be replaced by Coco, which I know it makes sense, and it is a newer property. The kids will know the Coco a lot more than they would the Three Caballeros. However, what I think would be cool, because I know there's also a rumor going around that we're going to get a Brazil pavilion. And I know this rumor has been around for the longest time. But I think it would be a really nice medium compromise if we do get a Brazil pavilion. Just put the Three Caballeros in Brazil and have Jose be the main character. So you're still keeping the characters alive, and then give Coco to Mexico and it will all be happy. You have some old, you have some new, you have some great characters that don't go away and don't get pushed out of the spotlight for some younger characters and etc. like that. So I think that's a win-win situation that we should totally do that. Those are my thoughts. Check it out if you like, and we're gonna go actually have some adventures tomorrow. We're gonna dig up some treasure with Treasure Island. So stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.